Have you ever felt powerless or hurt when someone despised you? That feeling of anger, frustration, or even shame that seems to take care of you, letting him not know how to react? What if I tell you that there is a way to turn this situation into an opportunity to demonstrate emotional strength, maturity, and control? Imagine the following scene. João, a dedicated professional, receives a public and disrespectful feedback from his boss during a meeting. He turns red with anger, stuttering as he tried to defend himself, and in the end, he leaves the room feeling humiliated and powerless. This reaction not only affected his confidence, but also his image before his colleagues. Now think about how different it would be if John had tools to deal with this situation strategically and balanced. This is exactly what you will learn in this video. 7 practical actions based on Stoicism that will help you deal with contempt in a mature and effective way. These actions will not only strengthen your self-confidence, but they will also let those who despise you without answers, showing that you are not someone who easily shakes themselves. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us to focus on what we can control and react to adversity wisely. Best of all, you don't have to be a philosopher to apply these principles in your daily life. Before we dive into 7 actions, I want to know, have you ever been through a situation in which you felt despised? How did you react? Leave in the comments, and let's exchange experiences. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe to receive more content like this. Ready to turn contempt into a growth opportunity? So come on. How many times have you seen yourself in a situation where someone has despised you, whether at work, in a relationship, or even friends? That sarcastic comment, the look of disdain, or the indifference that hurts more than words. These situations are more common than we imagine, and the way we react to them can define not only the immediate outcome, but also our long-term emotional well-being. The problem is that most of the time, we react in the heat of the moment. Anger takes over, and we ended up saying or doing things we regret later. Or worse, we internalize contempt, letting it affect our self-esteem and confidence. And here comes that feeling of powerlessness. Why didn't I defend myself? Or why do I always feel so affected by this? This is where Stoicism comes in as a powerful tool. Created over 2,000 years ago, Stoicism is not just a theoretical philosophy, but a practical guide to deal with the adversities of life. Its principles teach us how to focus on what is under our control and to accept what is not. Instead of being dominated by emotions, we learn to use them in our favor, acting clearly and purpose. Imagine, for example, that you are in a discussion with a co-worker who constantly belittles your ideas. Instead of being carried away by anger or frustration, you take a deep breath, observe the situation, and decide to act strategically. This not only puts you in control, but also conveys an image of maturity and confidence. In this video, we will explore how you can apply these principles of Stoicism in real situations of contempt. The 7 actions we will present are practical, direct, and, most importantly, accessible to anyone. You don't have to be a philosophy expert to start using them today. So if you are tired of feeling powerless or reacting inappropriately when it is despised, this video is for you. Let us together turn these situations into opportunities to grow and strengthen their self-confidence. Action: keep calm and note when someone despises you, the first reaction can be anger, frustration, or even shame. It is natural to want to return or defend yourself immediately, but it is precisely at this moment that emotional control becomes crucial. The first action, and perhaps the most important, is to keep calm and observe. Why does this work? When you take a deep breath and allow yourself a moment of break, you get time to analyze the situation clearly. Instead of reacting in the heat of the moment, you can evaluate what is happening and decide the best way to act. This not only puts you in control, but also conveys an image of maturity and confidence. Imagine that you are at a work meeting and a colleague makes a disrespectful comment about your idea. Instead of retreating on time, you take a deep breath, keep calm, and look at other people's reaction. This gives you time to think of an assertive response or even decide whether it is worth confronting the situation at that time. By keeping calm, you avoid unnecessary conflicts and demonstrate that it is not easily shaken. This may let those who despise you without answers, showing that you are in control of the situation. And action, do not take it to the personal side. One of the biggest traps when we are despised is to take the situation to the personal side. It is easy to interpret contempt as a direct attack on our identity or value, but the truth is that most of the time, the other's behavior says more about it than about you. When someone despises you, it can be by insecurity, frustration, or even to toxic habits that one carries. Understanding this, you can create an emotional barrier that protects your self-esteem and prevent contempt from affecting you deeply. Imagine that a family member makes a critical comment about their life choices. Instead of internalizing criticism and feeling bad, you reflect, is this person really worried about me, or are you projecting your own frustrations? This change of perspective allows you to deal with the situation more objectively and less emotional. By not taking contempt to the personal side, you reduce the emotional impact and keep your self-esteem intact. It also helps you respond more balanced, without being carried away by anger or hurt. Third, action, respond with assertiveness, not with aggressiveness. When someone despises you, the temptation to retaliate with aggressiveness can be great. However, reacting with anger or sarcasm only worsens the situation, feeding conflicts and impairing its image. The key here is assertiveness, the ability to express itself clearly, firmly, and respectfully, without letting the emotions take account. Responding with assertiveness means defending your limits and values, but without attacking each other. This conveys confidence and maturity, showing that you are not easily shaken, but not someone who lets yourself disrespect either. Imagine that someone makes you an unfair criticism in public. Instead of returning with an aggressive comment, you respond calmly and firmly, I understand that you have a different opinion, but I would like to clarify my point of view. This approach not only disarms the other, but also demonstrates that you are in control of the situation. By being assertive, you avoid scaling conflict and maintains your integrity. This can let those who despise you without arguments, showing that you are not someone who is intimidated. Action. Focus on what you can control. One of the central principles of Stoicism is the idea that not everything is under our control. When someone despises you, it is easy to feel frustrated because they cannot change the behavior of the other. However, true emotional freedom comes when you direct your energy to what you can really control, your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. By focusing on what is within your reach, you avoid the wear and tear of trying to change something that doesn't depend on you. Instead of worrying about what the other thinks or says, you focus on how you can act aligned with your values and goals. Imagine that a friend begins to ignore you without explanation. Instead of being obsessed with finding the reason or trying to force reconciliation, you decide to focus on your own attitudes. I cannot control his behavior, but I can choose how to react and invest in other relationships that value me. By focusing on what you can control, you reduce anxiety and stress, directing your energy to actions that really make a difference. This helps you maintain emotional balance and act more strategically. The action, use silence as a weapon in situations of contempt. Silence can be one of the most powerful tools you have available. While many people expect an immediate reaction, silence can completely disarm those who try to provoke you. It conveys confidence, self-control, and the message that you are not willing to get involved in emotional games. Silence is not a demonstration of weakness, but an intelligent strategy to avoid unnecessary conflicts and maintain its integrity. It also gives you time to process the situation and decide if and how answer. Imagine someone makes a disrespectful comment about you at a meeting. Instead of retalizing or justifying yourself, you simply remain silent, maintaining eye contact and confident posture. Silence can be so impactful that the person feels uncomfortable and not knowing how to continue. By using silence as a weapon, you demonstrate maturity and emotional control, leaving those who despise you unanswered. Also, you avoid being dragged to discussions that only generate more wear. Sixth action, practice empathy, but not submission. Understanding the reason behind contempt can be a powerful tool for dealing with the situation more maturely. Empathy allows us to see beyond the other's behavior and consider that it may be acting by insecurity, frustration, or even toxic patterns it carries. However, it is crucial to differentiate empathy from submission. Practicing empathy does not mean accepting contempt or allowing the other to continue to disrespect you. Instead, it is a way of understanding the situation without being emotionally shaken, keeping its limits clear and firm. Imagine that a co-worker constantly belittles his ideas. Instead of retalizing or feeling inferior, you reflect, is he feeling threatened or insecure about his own skills? This perspective can help you respond more balanced without losing your self-confidence. By practicing empathy, you can deal with contempt more strategically and less emotional, maintaining your integrity and avoiding unnecessary conflicts. Action. Transform adversity into an opportunity. Stoicism teaches us that adversities can be great growth opportunities. When someone despises you, instead of seeing it just as a negative situation, you can use this experience to strengthen and evolve. Contempt can be a catalyst for developing resilience, self-confidence, and emotional skills that will serve you in various areas of life. This action involves a change in mindset. Instead of victimizing, you take control of the situation and seek to learn from it. Ask yourself, what can I extract from this experience to become a stronger and more prepared person? Practical example. Imagine that you get harsh criticism of a project at work. Instead of feeling defeated, you decide to use feedback, even if malicious, to identify points of improvement and devote yourself to improving your skills. Over time, this can lead to even better performance and greater confidence in your abilities. Benefit. By turning adversity into opportunity, you not only overcome contempt, but it also comes out of the strongest situation and prepared to face future challenges. We have reached the end of this video, but this is where the transformation really begins. We have gathered 7 practical actions based on Stoicism that will help you deal with contempt in a mature, strategic, and empowering way. Let's recap quickly. Keep calm and note. Take a deep breath and analyze the situation before reacting. 2. Do not take it to the personal side. Understand that contempt says more about the other than about you. Answer with assertiveness, not aggressively. Defend your limits firmly and respect. Focus on what you can control. Direct your energy to your actions and reactions. 5. Use silence as a weapon. Disarm those who despise you with self-control and confidence. Practice empathy, but not submission. Understand the other, but keep your limits clear. Turn adversity into opportunity. Use contempt as a motivation to grow and strengthen. Now imagine how your life can change by applying these actions in your daily life. Instead of feeling powerless or hurt, you will react with maturity and confidence, leaving those who despise you without answers. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but a practical guide to live with more balance and purpose. And here is my challenge for you. Choose one of these actions and start practicing today. It can be staying calm in a difficult situation, or maybe focus on what you can control. Then come back here and tell me in the comments, how was the experience? Your story can inspire other people. If you like this video, be sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. And to help you put these actions into practice, I left 7 actions in the video description. Download now and start your journey of transformation.